Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Prime Minister Andrew Holness noted that our teachers are sometimes the last line of defense for our children and have a duty to maintain the high standard of care, leadership and direction.
The teacher in that unfortunate middle that was circulated. And I'm sure that there are many other teachers who are daily in this position, where their jobs can be overlooked. But though I'm expressing my sympathy, the challenge is that teachers have it right. I must make it absolutely clear that teachers must never reach their professional standards. It is unacceptable and must not be tolerated by principals and the leadership of the Ministry of Education. There is no excuse. None. I wish to state that unequivocally. You are the last line of defense. You are the first and the last. It is just the nature of your job. Yes, you're human, but you are a special kind of human. You are called upon to be moral leaders, because that's a very important part of teaching, moral leadership. You're called upon to be repositories of knowledge, so you must know. But better than that, and more than that, you're called upon to be the models and the standard for the behavior and the attitudes and values that we want our society to emulate. It is a difficult job, but that is what the job is. And that needs to be reaffirmed, it needs to be said, and it not only needs to be said by me as Prime Minister or by the Minister of Education, it needs to be said by every teacher. The moment we start to compromise them, that is the moment that the rest of the society is compromised.
Auditor found dead in suspected suicide. An auditor employed to the Auditor General's office died in a suspected suicide at his home in Old Harbour, St. Catherine on Thursday. Dead is 50-year-old Victor Fisher of Marley Acres in the parish. Reports were that about 7 p.m., Hardley Fisher, brother of the victim, went to Victor's home after several phone calls made to his phone on Wednesday were unsuccessful. It is reported that about 9 p.m., with the assistance of a neighbor, the mesh of the front bedroom of Victor's house was removed, and when the window was open, he was found lying on his back with what appeared to be gunshot wounds to the side of his head. The police were called, and one gun containing 1 magazine and 16 rounds of ammunition were found beside him on his bed. A note was reportedly found beside his body. It was also reported that the deceased was suffering from a state of depression for quite some time. The body was transported to the Spanish Town Hospital. The matter is under investigation. Over 20 handguns seized at Freeport Wharf. The police have seized 22 handguns and a number of ammunition at the Freeport Wharf in Montego Bay, St. James. But the information reaching the reporter is limited. At this time, it is understood that lawmen were currently on the scene conducting additional searches. The Jamaican banking sector, despite what is being circulated, remains strong, noted Prime Minister Andrew Holness.
Financial markets depend on information. And if the actors in the financial market are consuming false information, they will make wrong decisions. So I urge our Jamaican people, particularly when it comes to financial matters, seek verified information before you use that to form your opinion. The Jamaican banking sector, despite whatever nonsense you see circulating, is still very strong. There is always room for improvement, and you would have heard the Minister of Finance yesterday go through in excruciating detail the reforms that we will undertake to close any gaps that may exist or others that may come. But the sky has not fallen as some would have projected it would have. And I can only say to this august body of individuals who are here, don't fall prey to wrong information. There are always people out there whose interests are not yours. They want to influence investor decision. They want to, obviously there's always the politics, right, for propaganda, or they just want to create mischief. Now you as an investor, you listen to this and you go and make a wrong decision. Now multiply wrong decisions by savers, investors right across the country, and you see what happens to the banking and financial sector. So I have to say it publicly. And one would wish that in 21st century Jamaica, that wouldn't be the case. But unfortunately, it is the case regarding not just our financial literacy, but our information literacy as well.
No extension. The fate of motorists who owe traffic tickets will now be in the hands of the court, as the government has made clear that no more extension will be given to accommodate those rushing to make good ahead of the September 1 rollout of the new Road Traffic Act and looming arrest warrants for delinquents. There is absolutely nothing unfair about it. The individuals who are complaining now, some of them have had 4 years, 3 years, 2 years. They breached the law and they disrespected the law. They had time to go to court. We had 2 amnesties, which have created great confusion in the system. We have set a date within reasonable time. Closure will come on the 31st of January, National Security Minister Dr. Armstrong stated on Thursday, as opposition leader Mark Golding sought to have the road traffic reprieved and notification of Prescribed Notice Act 2023 amended to adjust the reprieved period from January 31st to April 30. The bill was brought to the House of Representatives by Transport Minister Audley Shaw. Golding argued that persons will not benefit from the legislation, which most likely will expire by the time it is taken through all the stages and gazetted. The opposition has called for a pushback of the reprieved expiration date, pointing to the run on traffic courts, particularly in the corporate era over the past several days, and that many have been given court dates that are months away. The technical people have spent many hours working hard to get to a point where we can create a date of closure. The people who are complaining are not deserving of any further concession. I did not tell them not to pay their tickets. They are out there laughing at the police, Dr. Chong argued. Golding, in responding, said, "The problem with your arrangement is that your system can't accommodate the reprieve that you're trying to put in place. You can't provide a window, and when they seek to avail themselves of that window, it isn't possible to do so because the courts are overwhelmed and can't give them a date for settling their liable within the reprieve period. So they can't get the benefit of the nullification of their demerit points if they do not pay prior to the end of January, and they can't pay prior to the end of January because the court cannot accommodate them. That is unfair and illogical." Justice Minister Delroy Chuck, meantime, contended that motorists who owe have had plenty time to get their affairs in order. They put themselves at the mercy of the court, and the court can make a decision when it is adjudicated. The position of the government is that no convenient way is going to be provided to pay. You go to court, and the court can make the decision. He pointed out that demerit points do not occur in the first place until tickets are paid, at which point they would be expunged as per the reprieved. Minister without portfolio in the office of the Prime Minister, who has been charged with oversight of the National Road Safety Council, Floyd Green, said going before a judge does not automatically mean doom for the motorists. Those who acted early, those who acted in good faith, will see significant benefit. When persons go in the judges, then they will have their discretion, and they will treat with the matter on a case-by-case basis. We must not always believe that going before the judge means that some ill will befall you, he said. Green told the House that between February 1, 2018 and December 2022, 2,371,494 traffic tickets were issued, and 1,666,371, or 71%, have been paid, which means most persons are paying their tickets. As of December, 46,000 motorists had 106,070 tickets outstanding, 45 motorists have more than 500 outstanding, and 1,773 have between 100 and 500 tickets. As set out in the bill, Those who qualify for reprieve, for which prescribed notices were issued under Section 116 of the Old Road Traffic Act and pay outstanding traffic penalties to the traffic court, are entitled to the relief and will not be held liable, nor proceedings taken against them for that specified offense. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell